Welcome back to the Moving Forward Show, y'all. Episode 6. We in the motherfucking building. Today, we got a special guest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know to say what you best. You from the star? You from the
Definitely.
east?
No, 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 no. I'm from Bed-Stuy, born and raised, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
We got a Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Stuyvesant Heights. You ain't from Do or Die. You from
Nah,
Stuyvesant Heights now.
I'm from do or die. Like, don't get it
Big,
twisted.
huge hood. What's
All
the
right,
deal,
y'all.
baby?
All right. What's happening, y'all?
Oh, man. For the people that don't know, that's tuning into my platform, let the people know who you are, where you from. Well, we already say where you from and what you do.
Well, they call me Hood. I started out as a part of one half of Manhood Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm Mr. Feed the Family Entertainment. I'm Mr. Gotham Music Group. In case you don't know, I'm Batman.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening with you?
All right, so we're gonna take this from the very beginning. Okay.
Oof, oof.
Ah,
That's a long time ago.
manhood, right?
You know, the beginning was probably before
Okay,
that.
now let's
it
let's talk
it
about
it,
the
it should
manhood.
it should have been Carhood. If you're gonna be truthful.
Who did you work with in the beginning stages?
Well, coming home from the pen, I came home and my little brother Kai said, "We
Shout
got
out to Kai.
we got to protect you. We can't let you, repeat that process." So he said, "We got to do something besides hustling." So he said, "We need to do music." He rapped, he produced, and he had a bunch of young friends who rapped as well. So he said, "Let's do music because that was like the new hustle."
Mm-hmm.
So we did music.
Okay. How you went about getting your artists at that time? Because around the mixtape era, the come ups, the smack DVDs, the cocaine cities. You had an artist by the name of Razor R&B artist.
Hmm.
That was your first artist.
No, my first artist was Kai. We started the company based around Kai. So Kai had a friend who
So
rapped from East New York. His name was Cashmere. And him and Kai, they wasn't a rap group, but they used to do a lot of songs together. Kai used to produce for him as a solo artist as
okay.
well. And we was doing songs together. And during the grinding process, we went to the Bronx and we did a song and we put Razor on. We heard his voice and we put Razor on the hook of a record.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought he was dope. I guess at the time, the team he was down with wasn't doing enough for him at that present moment. And he led us to believe like he wasn't down with them no more. And
And
we from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, we did what we do.
he fucked with y'all
He came with us.
to
Yeah.
manhood.
To Manhood Entertainment, yes.
Okay. At that time, Cashmere, he was buzzing. He was putting on for East New York. I was actually happy, to have known Cash because I'm like, yo, he from Plaza. That's my guy. He putting on. How did y'all go about, what was the system that had him buzzing like that around that time? How did y'all do that?
Well, we was the system. Like he was buzzing because of what we did, our relationships, the things that we had going on help elevate him
Mm-hmm.
as an artist. Like he was a result of our hard work.
Right. And then y'all got Uncle Murda,
Mr. East New York.
Mr. East New York, my guy Lenny Grant,
Ooh.
right? Once Uncle Murda became, was he signed to manhood? Was you managing Murda? How did that go? How did y'all let me know how did he come to the
Well,
team?
well, first of all, Kai knew Murder for years. Like
Right,
they went to Lane together,
right.
Lane High School. In case y'all don't know out there, but Kai been trying to tell me about Uncle Murder for years. Yo, this kid is dope. Even though he was like real raw, he was street. He was saying the things that everybody wanted to hear, but wasn't supposed to say.
Hmm.
And he used to be telling me, "Yo, we need to get him. We need to get him." I was like, "Yeah, he cool. He dope. This and that or whatever." But to be honest, like Kai was really pushing for him, and I was like, like I felt like I liked him. He was dope, but I felt like
He was too raw for the street. No, too raw for the industry.
no, I felt like the combination of what he was talking about and the combination of who we really was, like who we really
Hmm.
was probably too much at that present time for the music industry.
Okay.
But eventually it came to life.
So what happened between Cashmere and Uncle Murda? Because like this is what the people want to know.
Nothing.
It's like it's like y'all forgot all about Cashmere for Murda. Murda just took over. Was it because he was hotter or because Cashmere was lazy? What happened? It was the work ethnic. What happened?
Well, the streets skipped the part. First of all, we never forgot about anyone. That's not what we do. And way before there was Uncle Murder, Cash was out the picture. When Cash did a record with Razor, he did two records with Razor. Razor got we wound up signing Razor, and Razor got a deal. We started a bidding war for Razor in 30 days. And he signed the Virgin Records 2004. It took 6.5 years for me to get my first record deal. So you start from January 1st, 1998. That's when I started professionally doing music. And April of 2004, we got a record deal for Razor.
Hmm.
That's what really triggered the Cashmere, like being pushed away. We didn't push him away. He couldn't take the fact that a new artist came and got a deal, and he was the one buzzing in the city way before Razor was buzzing. It was just there was a
Okay.
void for R&B music, and we took advantage of that void and capitalized and started a bidding war. We had we we had our record in 17 different stations in rotation, and then it started a bidding war for Razor, and we got $1 million record deal for Razor. And Cashmere and maybe his close friends and family gassed him up into believing something that wasn't true. And he started to distance himself from Manhood Entertainment. That's what pushed him away, way before Uncle Murder came into play.
Okay. See, I ain't know nothing about that part.
Yeah.
So it was a jealousy thing.
Those are your words. That them wasn't my words. My words is he he distanced himself for whatever reason you would have to ask him. But we didn't push him away because actually I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to promote Taiwan Harris, aka
Cash.
Cashmere,
Shout out to Cash. So
who,
what
who's really from Sutter Avenue. He's not really from the plaza, he's from Sutter.
God, man.
Kai told me to make sure I say
Yo,
that.
yo, yo. Shout out to Cash, man. Don't do this, man.
Nah, Cash is
Yo,
my Cash was like a brother to me. I'm actually the godfather of his oldest child, and I have nothing but genuine love for Cash, man. We've been through a lot. He was there
right,
with us from the beginning of the company. He's been there with us through a lot of stuff. And what's unfortunate is that amongst black people, we let outsiders interfere with what's really going on, the
right,
reality of what's really going on. And that was unfortunate for him because he was super close even before Razor got a situation. So if he was patient enough, if he would have been more patient, he would have had his situation. I think truthfully, his talent was before his time because a lot of the sayings that Cashmere had, people started to say years later. Even stuff that I've heard Busta Rhymes say in songs was stuff that Cashmere said 4 and 5 years before that.
wow, wow, that's crazy. So how hard is it having multiple talents on a label, like different personalities and people who's like talking, listening to the whispers? How do you get your artists just to stay still and be patient and to wait for that opportunity to come.
It's extremely hard, but it's on them whether they want to win or lose. I feel like most artists they jump out the window way before before they make it. Like a lot of artists think they hotter than they are.
Hmm.
So once an artist start to feel themselves, someone asking them to take a picture or they asking them for an autograph, they think they made it, even though it doesn't translate to money. It in their mind, because the world we live in social media, they think that they're a superstar just because someone asked to take a picture with them
Right.
because they have a certain level of followers
Followers.
on some social media platform, which doesn't translate to
A
nothing
dollar.
in reality.
Hmm.
In reality, the company is what was moving and what was buzzing. And the company at that point was Manhood Entertainment, which was a collective of people, but it all really stemmed from, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, not to offend no one. It stemmed from me and Kai. Kai saying, we can't afford to get you in trouble no more. Let's do music. And it started from us.
So manhood just was one. It was somebody named Man or just manhood.
It was somebody named Man.
So where's
That
Man now?
Man owns a series of restaurants. He's a restaurant owner. He's a gambling spot owner. He's everything. Like he does a bunch of things. Like he's a childhood friend of mine from 4 years old. We went to school together. We did a lot of things together, and that I made him my partner
Right.
because of our friendship, our relationship. Kai is younger, and I looked at it as we got money together, me and Man. So I made him and my brother Hank, God bless the dead, my partners in the company, even though the company stemmed from Kai wanting to do music.
Right.
So
Well, as you see, you going by the name of it's Feed the Family Entertainment, right?
it's Feed the Family Entertainment for sure.
Okay. And what's the name of the new label?
Well, I have two companies. It's Feed
Okay.
the Family Entertainment, where I have a R&B singer named Janelle signed to. He's an
Mhm.
R&B singer from Jersey City, New Jersey, and I have also have a company called Gotham Music Group, which I'm a part of, because my two younger sons own the company, and
Dope.
I work for them.
Dope.
You know,
Dope. That's dope.
and that's where the girl, in case y'all get mad or whatever, she happens to be the most talented rapper slash entertainer artist in the city for me, Billy B.
Shout out Billy B, Billy Blue. That's the homie right there.
Billy Blue sees up, y'all.
You already know. So just to stay on this label thing, how did it divide? Like when did it come to an end, the manhood situation? When did that come to an end? And what happened? How did it stop?
Well, it never came to an end because I still own the company. It's just that when Razor had a deal at Virgin, things wasn't working right, and then we severed ties with Virgin Records, and then we got a deal with Def Jam. I got a deal for Uncle Murda, and then 17 days later, I got a deal for Razor. Jay Z signed both of them. I had a great relationship with L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid was hands on with Razor, and Jay Z was hands on with Uncle Murda. And Jay Z was in the process of leaving, and he didn't. Well, Jay Z don't explain himself to nobody, so we didn't really know that Jay Z was going to leave when we signed the situation. And I'm not mad because he
Right.
gave us two great situations. He helped put food in our family's mouth, so I'm
Hmm.
forever grateful for
Right.
Jay Z for that. Like so, he left, and when you don't sign a situation at a major record label, they don't really embrace it the same. So I asked for a release.
Right.
Whether that was the smartest thing at the time or not, that's at the time, that's what I asked for.
Do you think it was the smartest thing to do to ask for a release? And did you get any blowback for asking for the release?
No, I didn't get no blowback. But I don't regret none of that because I don't know if the building was ready for that. But that was around the time of the internet. So at the time when the internet was becoming more relevant, because they wanted to keep Razor, because Razor he had some records that was moving out. He had a record called Rain, and the record was doing good on a national level. And they started to talk about viral campaigns. And to be honest, at that moment, I didn't really know what the internet was going to give us. So I felt like people was doing $1 million videos, $500,000 videos, and now y'all just talking about viral campaign where people was going for radio ads. They would go for radio ads at urban radio. They would go for a hip hop radio, like urban, rhythmic, and pop radio. And now you telling me to just let's do viral campaigns, which would have probably been the smartest thing at the moment, but I didn't really know that.
I don't even know what a viral campaign is. Can you
And
explain
that's
that?
the way I felt at that moment.
What is a
Like
viral campaign? Because I know everybody else
digital,
gonna look.
digital is everything that's going on right now with the internet.
Right.
What we doing right here, right now,
Okay.
is a viral campaign.
Got you. But
Like so,
saying it then was like, wait, what?
saying it then was like
Like, yeah.
foreign language
Like,
to
what the
me.
hell you
Like
talking about?
at that
Got
moment,
you.
it was foreign
Everything
language.
was like basically street team. Everything was hands on. Stickers, this going up to radio stations.
So I I asked for off. I don't really feel like that was a mistake. If I had one mistake that I made in the music industry, some people couldn't take it as a mistake. But me becoming more knowledgeable of the business, if I say I had one mistake, one I don't live with regrets, but if I had one do-over, I would do Jay Brown is second in command for Jay-Z. They offered me a job and I didn't take it.
Wow.
That's
I,
the only thing that I would do over if I could do over
what's the reason you didn't take it?
because I was
You was unknowledgeable.
no, because I was caught up into myself. I was getting a lot of money in a bunch of different places at that moment and thought that I didn't really need it
Mhm.
or I didn't really felt like I had to answer to no situation at that time.
Mm. So as you doing your rounds now around the industry, do you feel people that not dealing with you from how you used to be? Like they like, nah, I ain't dealing with him because back then he was like this. And how much did you change from before to now?
I don't feel like nobody didn't mess with me because of certain thing because in the music business, I always remain professional. People from the outside looking in always assume that I approach things from a street level because
Mhm.
that's what I come from, the street.
Right.
So people think that I was in the building intimidating people or woofing to people or stuff to that nature when that was never the
That was never
case.
the case.
That was never the case. I always remained professional. I always did my research and studied my craft. I was when I came into the business, I was taught by Haq Islam about the business side of this. I didn't study how to make music.
Hmm.
Music was our life.
Right.
That was Kai job to study how to produce records and
Hmm.
put together records. My job was to figure out how could we make money doing this.
Gotcha.
That was my job, and to keep us safe and to get us in the position to
To
be
make
big.
it, no doubt. So when you're looking at artists to manage, is it a particular artist that you're looking for, a sound, or do you want to know them personally before you venture out and give them a contract and say, "Yo, I want you to be down with what I'm doing"?
Well, first of all, I've never looked for an artist, not one time ever. And most of the time, artists call me their manager. When I do more than manage them, they be signed to our production company. Our production company consists of management and production.
Hmm.
I'm just the guy to move around with them as management. So I'm it's easier to say that's my manager than that's the CEO of the production company.
Hmm.
Because the production company is the label. It's a
Right.
smaller boutique label, which I'm in charge of.
Hmm.
So realistically, I'm the head nigga in charge. Just to be honest, like, but it's easy to say, yo, that's my manager.
Hmm.
And I haven't looked for artists. Artists search out me because of knowing what I'm capable of doing,
Doing
taking the unknown to the known.
right. So as your new approach, you got what? You got Billy B. You
Yes.
got what's the name? You said Janelle,
Janelle.
Janelle.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the little female drill rapper you had? What was her name? Jazz something Lee. What's her name?
Jazz Lee.
No, Giselle.
Oh, Giselle.
Yeah, Giselle.
That's my
Yeah,
little goddaughter. I
yeah.
still got her. She not a drill artist. She actually should have been a Disney artist or
Right.
Nickelodeon artist. She's in college right now. She go to Lincoln University. Shout out to
But
Giselle.
she stopped
She,
doing the music.
no, she still do the music. When she come home from school, we record. We putting together a project for her. But one thing I don't want to do is interfere with the education process
Education, no doubt.
because the more information that she obtain is better for her understanding the business aspect of
Right.
this because it's a business before it's
Before
anything,
anything,
and
yep.
most people don't understand that. They just think this is all fun and games, and that's all it is, and that's not what it is.
You gotta know
What
the
it
business.
is a business. Everybody say I'll do this,
Hmm.
even if money wasn't involved.
Right.
They
They,
lying.
they lying. They just ain't get the money
My
yet.
my my life is hip hop.
Hmm.
Most artists rap and sing about my lifestyle.
Hmm.
But I don't want to do this if I can't get paid. They lying. I'm telling you the truth. I do this because it's a great way to make a lot of money, and I'm used to getting a lot of money. I want some money
Right.
because I want to live lavish. I got lavish habits.
So being that you saying you got big checks, you know what it is to get $1 million deals. How would you go
Multi-million dollar deal.
multiple million
Yeah,
dollar deals?
yeah.
How would you go about getting that money now? Are you smarter about you? How would you go about using it? I know you probably was blowing it before on a lot of things. How would you go about using it now? What would you do different?
Well, everything about me is smarter right now because when you learn about stuff, you have to apply it to your life. And now I know everything's about digital marketing. So the first thing I do with any artist is promote digitally. The internet rules the world.
Right.
So when I have an artist, the first thing I have to do is to get them known on a national level and then to an international level. So the money that I spend is about promoting who they are.
Hmm.
I I market the artist and not the song.
Okay.
Companies traditionally market the song, and then when the song's over, the artist is over. I was taught initially that the artist is the product.
Hmm.
If we promote the artists, the fans will follow the artists, whether they got a hit record or they got an okay record.
Hmm.
Because if they got an okay record, if they fans of them, they'll give them another shot for the next record.
Right.
So I promote the artist. The artist is the brand, and I promote the artist. So if this record goes, they with you. If the record's decent, they willing to listen to the next record.
What if when you run into an artist, that artist is lazy? Got the look, got the sound, but lazy, don't want to work. Cause I seen a short clip of you talking about
Mm.
artists and they work ethic. What if you run across artists that just don't got the work ethic, but they got everything else around them?
Well, the goal is to teach the artist about having the right work ethic. And if the artist don't start to work harder and respect your work ethic, then you get rid of them. You put them to the side. Like, let me show you what work ethic could get you. So you move the next artist in their place. And when you move the next artist in their place and they start to see some success, then they'll realize, hey, this is what I should have been doing.
What's changed from then to now? Like as in being an artist, because you know from managing artists is how hard is it now to like have that viral moment?
Well, just so we clear, and I want everybody to know, I don't just manage artists, I cultivate the artists. I teach the artists about interviewing, I teach them about responsibility, I teach them about life. I tell artists to read books.
Hmm.
So read them out loud so you can learn how to speak properly during the interview and all of that. So the there's no difference. The only well, there is a difference. The difference is now that I treat them as business and not my friend. Because if I treat them like my friend, they're not gonna value what I say the same. But if I treat them like strictly business, then they'll understand that this is what they have to do or move out of the ways and I'll replace you.
Entitlement. Let's talk more about that because you just said I treat them like a friend. So I got the form of entitled, feeling entitled. How crazy is that when people feel like you supposed to do this for me? You supposed to do that for me. Did you go through that? Are you going through that now with anybody?
Well, the artists that I have right now, I'm fortunate that they're grateful to have somebody that believe in them and is fighting for them. And I don't think they feel entitled at all. Like I feel like they talented and they respect who I am and they respect my history in the music business and what I bring to the table.
Okay.
So I don't think in Jonel's case or in Billy B's case, they feel like they're entitled to anything. I feel like they want to win, so they willing to listen, and they're being successful to a degree at it so far.
I knew Billy for a minute. She was on my platform in 2019, right before the pandemic. And I Ben gave her her roses because she's super dope, always been dope. How did y'all start working together? Who brought that relationship together?
Well, God brought it together because Billy's been beating the street up,
Beating it up.
and I am the street. I'm the person who helped most of the artists coming from Brooklyn. So I was working with another artist from Bed-Stuy, and she had a record, and I thought it was dope, and I said, "Yo, you should put Billy on that record."
Hmm.
And she put Billy on the record, and the record was going crazy. And they did the video and stuff, and at the video shoot, her and her peoples let me know that they wanted to work with me, but we didn't really do nothing at that time because they was respecting the other artist's presence because it was another female artist. So they didn't want to feel like they was intruding on what was going on,
Hmm.
but they did make me aware of that they was interested
And working with you.
in working with me because I'm the dopest independent dude out here. Ain't
Okay.
nobody better than me. Like, to be honest, like nobody better than me.
So the Billy B, the Don't Play with a Record, right?
Don't play with it.
It was saying that,
Don't play with it.
Billy was upset because
Don't play with it. Don't even play with it.
she wasn't
Don't play with it. Don't even play with it.
Don't play with that?
Don't even play
What's
with
up
it.
with that though, bro?
Don't even play with it. Ain't nothing up with it. Them two sisters and they love each other and they got at this very moment while we speaking, they have the number 17 record on the Billboard and on the urban charts. And
What?
shout out to both of them.
Shout out,
Shout
no
out to
doubt.
Lola Brooke. Shout out to Billy B. I worked with Lola Brooke when she first started, and I'm working with Billy B now. And I think that they love each other and they close. And that's all I'm gonna say on the situation. They don't have no beef with
No,
each
no, no,
other.
no, no beef. Listen, but why
Listen,
do
I'm gonna say what it is. They don't have no beef with each other. They got the number 17 record on the charts, and they both doing well. Next question.
yeah, you crazy. Hood is crazy.
Next
Listen,
question.
listen. So, right, talking about industry relationships, how important is it
Mhm.
to have these relationships?
Well, I feel like industry relationships is fake.
It's
Number one,
mm-hmm.
I don't really have no industry relationships. People are, I would say, acquaintance. Like we deal with people on a need to do basis. Like I deal with if I don't feel like dealing with you is genuine,
Mm-hmm.
then it's just a need to know basis. Like if like you want to do this interview with me, if I don't care about you and I think the platform could do me some justice, then I'll do it. If I don't, then I won't do it.
No
Like,
doubt.
but that ain't a real relationship. A relationship is give or take. Like you could use me and I could utilize you. as long as you don't abuse me, it's okay.
Hmm.
So that's just the way I feel about like industry relationship. There's no real loyalty in none of it. Like I spoke on a previous interview about no artist is your friend. People take advantage of people that's close to them. And now I'm gonna say that's the way it is in life. Like people utilize you for their benefit, their benefit.
Hmm.
Like in life, that's how it go. Like,
They get what they gonna get from you, get to a certain level, and then throw you out. They don't need you no more.
but you shouldn't feel away. So when you inside of any situation, you should take advantage of that moment. What's beneficial to you? Like I could know that you want me here right now. Why did you say, "Hey, let me interview Hood," even though you knew who I was from 20 plus years ago?
Hmm.
You said, "Now I'm doing the podcast. Let me interview Hood because Hood is having a viral moment." But what makes me take the interview? What makes me take the interview is to continue to
To
put
feed the
out
streets.
to put out my story on who I am and the things that I've done and the artists that I put in play that might not get on the radio or podcast or anything and give me my flowers while I'm here.
No
I
doubt.
don't care about y'all whispering in secrecy about the things that I did and acting like you grateful or something. I helped put on a lot of artists in New York
Hmm.
City.
Go talk about it. Talk your ish, man.
I,
Talk,
I mean,
talk.
I mean, I said what I had to say, but I'm just saying I'm not mad about nothing nobody do. I'm just saying whatever I do is because I want to do it. There's no getting over on me. You didn't trick me. You didn't outsmart me. I did something because I wanted to do it.
No doubt. I seen the clip of Cameron talking about how he didn't have drama in his hood until he got on. Being that you got artists that's coming up that still want to be in the hood and all of this stuff is happening, police is snatching artists up, using their lyrics against them. What do you say to prevent them from going through all of that?
Well, my artist doesn't talk about beefing with their ops. I have talented artists who make real music. So once again, I'm gonna say Janelle is like the dark skinned Chris Brown.
Mm.
He call himself. I ain't gonna really say what he calls himself because it don't really sound good for me saying it. But I'm just telling you, he's a singer songwriter, dancer who's super dope. He's a young dude from Jersey City who makes great music. Who's gonna be huge in this
Hmm.
business. Like, and Billy is like people think of her like a drill artist or a hardcore artist, and she's not.
Hmm.
Billy's like Nicki Minaj all over again. She's like Doja Cat. Like Billy's super dope. Billy could sing. People don't know. Like Billy, name for me, I call her Aretha Blue.
Hmm.
I don't call her Billy B. I call her Aretha
Reefer
Blue.
Blue.
You know, and the hardness in her is from the environment she came from. She come from a family of toughness.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you know, she from the legendary Cypress projects in East New York. Her family members is notorious for the things that they do.
Hmm.
And so they think of her as some street person, but really she a sweetheart. Like and
Yeah,
she
she's
and she
sweet.
and she make great music. So that's how I look and view my artist. And Giselle, she's a young girl who started at 14 and I gave her so much so fast and she didn't understand it. So I can't be mad at her because I gave her so much so fast that it was overwhelming.
Hmm.
So she couldn't understand the value of it and appreciate it. So she had to take a step back and regroup.
Or the parents,
And,
because
and
the parents got to
no,
see the
I'm not gonna
contrast,
blame.
right?
I ain't blaming nothing on the parents because she family. That's my little niece. That's
Okay.
my god baby. But I'm blaming it on reality. The reality is I put her in a space and it grew so fast
Hmm.
that it was overwhelming.
Hmm.
And I wanted her to react to it the way that I understood it. And I'm 3 times her age
Right.
at that time.
Hmm.
So I'm not mad at her. I'm just still working with her. She's have a better understanding of music, and we're gonna move forward from that. Like,
Move forward.
eh,
Would you work with more 14-year-old artists, or you is an age limit that you go for?
there's no age limit. Like for me, it's a vibe with me. When I deal with an artist, it's I gotta see something in the artist that I like. The artist don't even gotta be a writer. The artist could just be a dope personality, and I know that my team, we could make great music for them.
Mm.
So if I deal with a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old or less, Kai gotta come out of retirement.
You gonna come out, Kyle? He said no.
But Kai's telling you no, but I'm gonna tell you, he gonna be mad at me. Like Kai told me he's dreaming about the music again. Like as much as he say he don't want to do music,
Mm,
he this, he that, like it's in his bones.
right.
Like he he was born to do music. So eventually he's
He's
gonna
gonna
do
do it.
music again. So maybe when I signed this multi-million-dollar deal because they told me don't say nothing yet. I'm about to get a bunch of millions in the joint venture for John L and for Billy B. Shout out to them. I'm gonna bring Khan to retirement. I probably got to buy him a new car, or some
Mhm.
craziness,
Mhm.
and
What would you be?
I'm gonna bring a
What would be composition?
Kai position.
Mhm.
He be second in command because that's who he always been.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Just sign out. Well, I got a lot of things to say, but let me see. Probably run out of time. We good? All right. See, Wolf said we good, so we gonna rock this out. Um, to stick on blue, right? Do you think the industry wasn't scared of her because of her affiliation with the Crips?
Uh,
Because when I asked her that before, she was like, no.
I don't think they were scared of her. I just feel like at that time the relationships that you have, if you don't nurture your relationships, people don't advocate on your behalf, and people just paint a bad picture of you.
Mm,
And if you don't know about a person, you can only say the worst things about them. Billy's what she is allegedly, but that's not her lifestyle.
no doubt.
How I look at her as I look at her as she's a mother of a of a 2-year old,
Hmm.
and I look at her as a great person, a dope artist, and she better hurry up and make me some damn money. That's what she better do.
You how you go about pushing your artists, and do you have in-house producers? Are you looking for a production?
Well, I have a production company, so I have in-house producers, and I ain't really looking for anything. Whatever comes, if it's right and it's meant, we'll put it together. It always works itself out.
Let's get it.
So I don't search for stuff. It gotta come. If it's real, it'll come together automatically.
Are
Right.
you working on like tours, show dates? Like
Well,
what's going on?
currently today, uh, uh, a tour a tour promoter called me from Connecticut. We have a show tomorrow in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, and an older gentleman. He called me today and said I could put together the biggest tours in the world for you, but we're gonna start off small for Billy and build her. As she built her catalog, we're gonna build the size of the tour. So we're gonna start with club dates,
Hmm.
and then we'll build to House of Blues dates, so she could eventually get to arena dates.
Now, see, when you say industry relationships is fake, wouldn't that be considered an industry relationship?
No, I would consider that a business venture if I entertain it.
Okay,
It's not a friendship. It's not no type of relationship. It's a business agreement if I sign on to it.
got you,
That's all it is.
got you.
It's because in business, this people get mad at people in business when they don't do something that benefits them. In life, you should do everything to benefit yourself. Because the minute you don't put yourself first, you're gonna lose. Not just in music, in life. If you don't make yourself a priority, who will? So what I've learned in life is to make myself a priority. And in business, I realize when I'm not the priority, nothing goes right. So even if I put all of my efforts and attention to an artist, as long as I'm at the focal point of it, like I'm conducting, I'm calling the shots about an artist, the focus is still me in my mind, so it'll go right. But if all I do is cater to the artist and don't consider where I stand in the situation, it never go right for me. It never works. So as long as I keep myself and my family first, everything else falls into play. Because nothing's before my family. Everything that I do is for my family. So, it's the law of the land, self-preservation. So I'm first. If I don't put myself first, I can't help you. I got to make sure I'm all right to be able to get up to help you.
Hmm.
So that's what I do. I put myself first and everything else falls in play.
And that's how we gonna do it, man. Any shout outs before you get up out of here? Cause that right there was the jewel.
I want to shout out to Allah for waking me up today. And shout out to all the people who really love me out there, you know. And let's get Khan a retirement.
Where they can find you at? You gotta shout your Instagram out, brother.
My Instagram. If they don't know who I am by now, they better take a look. They see, let me fix my shit. Make sure they know who I am.
Feed
Bad,
the family entertainment on
bad,
IG, man.
bad style Brooklyn. Feed the family entertainment all day, every day. And I just want to say, my oldest son, he never asked me for nothing. Like he do music and he's never one time asked me to help him or assist him in music. I just want y'all to go tell him that I'm here for him. If he want to do music, I'm his biggest fan.
You heard it. He right here. We out of here, man. Moving forward, man. Peace.
Peace.
Whew. You dropped a heavy jewel on him, man. You be dropping jewels on your shits, man. God damn, huh? I gave him that last one. Self-preservation. Yeah, that self-preservation was heavy right there.
That's the law of the land. Like, in honesty, like Kai used me and him will go at it, like talking about shit. We be in the crib building, getting ready to go eat them fucking farm of the deli hero sandwiches, and we, like, like I be like, when I don't make myself first, it never work out. When I'm worried more about someone else than me, it's never gonna work right for me because I'm first. I gotta make sure I'm right to make sure everything around me is right. And if I don't, it can't work. So when the artists don't act right or a person in business don't act right, I don't take it personal because they doing what's best for them. So when somebody give me a contract offer that I feel like is a cheesy offer, do I take it personal? No. That's business. They doing what's beneficial to them.
What would you do? You say come with a better number, or you just throw away the whole contract?
No, I tell them it's a negotiation. So I tell them that was cool. Now we awake. Now let's get for real. How about this? So then I take them all the way over there, so they can try to bring me a step closer. You know what I'm saying?
You know how to work the match, you know how to work the room, huh?
They tell you on an airplane. What you supposed to do on an airplane if there's about to be an accident? Secure yourself. They tell you secure yourself first. Shit on for you. You, because you first. And then help the woman and kids and everybody else. Because if you don't secure yourself, you unable to help the people around. Nobody.
No doubt.
I could have really got into some shit, but then I won't get a record deal. Like, so I don't want to scare the people right now because they've been scared of me for so many years, and I don't want to talk about all the
shit.
I don't want to talk about that because like
That's what I'm asking you. Like when they see you, are they nervous? Are they scared? Like, oh,
See, that's what because that was the talk. That was the talk on the previous shit. When I see that shit, I'm laughing. Like, see, that's just
scary. They want to talk about it.
That's just like niggas was scary, son. Like niggas just heard the stories and know like, oh, these niggas was wilding.
Right.
And as soon as they see you, they like, oh, nah, I ain't fucking with Flo. Like,
Yeah, because they be bugging out.
When they say like, yeah,
if I bring that up, if I bring that back to life,
like so that shit was all we did was have fun, man.
If I bring that back to life,
have fun.